Hello and a welcome to this week's live video where in the community we're going to be sharing about and discussing whether you should do a juice cleanse. Now, I have had 39 years of juicing experience, and I definitely put my energy levels and my improved immune system and my menopause journey, smooth menopause and positive menopause journey, down to juicing regularly. And I definitely do a juice cleanse a couple of times a year, maybe more, maybe 3 times a year, but certainly around this change of the season. So if you are struggling with tiredness and you're constantly feeling really sluggish and down, and you are very prone to seasonal colds and coughs and mucus and hay fever and all that sort of thing, then of course this is a really good time of the year here in the UK. It's a change of season, and before the winter kicks in, just to give that immune system a bit of a boost and maybe drop a few kilos or pounds and feel a little bit better about yourself, then consider doing a juice cleanse. All right, so I definitely think it helps with cravings and bloating, and gives you a really big boost in your energy. So stay tuned to the end because I've got an offer and I will share some recipes with you. Now, so doing a juice cleanse over a period of 3 days is where you could really boost your metabolism and improve your energy, because you are reducing the strain on your organs that comes from digesting. Digesting food takes a lot of energy, okay? So if you're constantly eating, then it takes a lot of energy to digest the food. So yes, that food, if it's the right food, will be giving you energy. But when you're juicing, you're really reducing the strain on the digestive system. You're improving the support for the liver, and so you're supporting your organs. So naturally, you're going to feel like you've got more energy, and you are getting all of that nutrients into your bloodstream really, really quickly. So it's a really good way to boost the energy and get the nutrients that you need and give that immune system a bit of a boost, because you're not focusing a lot of energy on digesting your food because there's not as much food going in. Now, it can be a bit hard, so you have to do a bit of preparation. So making sure you're set up for doing a juice cleanse can be a bit tricky, especially if you're at home and you've got your normal demands of life and children and, work. So in a perfect world, we'd all go off to a retreat, and we would have, 3 days, 5 days in a really posh spa, and we'd just have someone bringing us the juices. So that's not possible for all of us. So you could create your own little spa environment at home and batch make your smoothies, batch make even some food ahead of time, so you're not spending a lot of time in the kitchen preparing food for others, because that can be really tricky. If you're fasting and you're doing a juice cleanse and you're having to prepare a lot of food for other people, then it becomes really hard. So you could batch make your food, batch make your juices, and be ready. So have lots of herbal teas in the cupboard, maybe some miso paste or some broth if you feel like you get cold. And a little trick is to put some cayenne pepper into a broth when you're feeling really cold. That can help get you through a bit of a slump in the afternoon, or if you're feeling like, you're really quite hungry, you're craving something in the afternoon, just having a cup of miso broth or a nice warming herbal tea like licorice and peppermint, or a green tea with peppermint, or something quite spicy like a cinnamon tea can be really good. So make sure you make some preparation for doing a cleanse, and maybe lighten the load on the work, because sometimes on day 2 you can feel really quite grotty, but then day 3 you can feel amazing. Like day 2 may be typical that you'd have some headaches and that sort of thing. So let me share with you a couple of my favorite juice recipes, and I'll put these into the chat so you'll be able to welcome to this week's live video juice recipes, and I'll put these into the chat. Oh, goodness. So you'll be able to, don't know what happened there. It just straight away opened Facebook. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to, I'll pop some of these recipes in the chat for you so you can refer to them later, because certainly if you are doing a juice cleanse, it would be really handy to have many more recipes in your repertoire, and I have got a juicing book which you can order from my website. So I'll tell you about that in a moment. But listen to some of these recipes. Look, the Meno Boost are really good for the menopause ladies. It's quite simple, really. Beetroots, carrot, lemon, apples, and ginger. It's a real detox special type juice. So one or two raw beetroot, like juice with the whole beetroot and the skin on. If it's organic, you can also use the leaves as well, which is great. 3 large carrots, 1 lemon. Look, if it's an organic lemon, use the rind. If not, you could peel the lemon. 3 large apples. The apples are at the moment in the UK are fantastic. And then 1 nice big chunk of ginger, like the top of my thumb sort of size ginger. And that could be juiced ahead of time and kept in a glass jar in the fridge and used over a couple of days. Store it in an airtight container in a glass jar in the fridge, and you'll be right to keep that for a couple of days. Another recipe may be a natural pick-me-up. This is a fantastic, mid-afternoon juice. Again, a couple of large green apples. I love the Granny Smith apples. 1/3 of a pineapple. Now that's just like sunshine getting into the cells, and a couple of sprigs of mint. And what we do is sandwich the mint in between the pineapple and juice that first and allow the apples to pull that goodness through. So make sure you stay tuned for more recipes dropping into the chat over the next couple of hours. And if you want to get some more recipes from me, have a look at my website, and I'll put the link in the comments as well. There is a recipe book there. You can get it hard copy, or you can get it as an ebook and delivered directly to you electronically. And if you live near me and you wanted to get me to make your juices because you're too busy, I do make juices and smoothies for clients every Tuesday. So if you wanted to tap into that, if you live nearby, then please do so. All right. So thank you so much for watching. Really, juicing is a fantastic way to boost your energy, to help you have a very positive menopause, and to help you sleep better, and to help you lose weight. So if you are trying to combat cravings and you want to lose that little bit of weight, then give juicing a try. All right. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.